So the intro sounded a little boring, home renovation, but I'm going to try to liven it up a little bit. First of all, following the announcement from the Folded Flag Foundation, to all my brothers and sisters from the military, I served in the Air Force out of high school and went over to Germany and had a great experience there. I would like to match the $5,000 that was raised here today. So, Keri, you know how to get a hold of me. I will match that and we'll send that over. It's a great cause and happy to be a part of it. So, I am here to talk about Curbio.
Thank you. I just heard that from the back. That's incredible. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So, I am here to talk about Curbio, but I think when you hear the details of it, it makes so much sense that I'm only going to spend about 5 minutes on that. And what I'd like to do is just take you through a little bit of the problem that I think is relevant to everybody here in the room. So first of all, if you look at some of the top agents in the country, I'm not one of them. I'm down there at the bottom. 0 transactions. I've never represented a buyer or a seller in any type of real estate transaction, which gets to why I am here today. So I think if you just give me 20 minutes, which is about all I have here, I do think you're going to learn about something that is a lot more meaningful than renovation. The agents that we're working with, which is now hundreds of agents, are literally transforming their business by working with us, and that's what I want to talk about a little bit today. So I did go into the Air Force out of high school, and after I got out of the Air Force, I was living with a roommate for about 12 years, and finally he said, "Hey, I'm getting married." And I said, "Where is she going to live?" And he said, "You're out," And so I bought an old row house in Baltimore. And that's kind of how I got started in all this. And I renovated it over a 4-year period. That's actually the house there, 123 East Clement Street, if anybody's from the Baltimore area. And that's actually the interior of the home, which I remember doing. I did pretty much everything in the house. I drywalled the whole thing. I did things I wasn't supposed to do, plumbing, electric. I didn't pull any permits. All that's changed now. But it was really a great experience. And then, as was mentioned, I did go on to form a software company, which I grew to about 1,500 employees. We did PR and marketing software. But I'm not here today to talk about buying and selling homes or renovating homes, really. I'm really here today to talk about building a business, because I think that's what a lot of you are here to do. Figuring out how to be entrepreneurs and really build a business in real estate. And so I want to convey some of what we learned when we built our software company and how it can apply to what you guys are doing. And again, Keri doesn't, I'm actually a little bit nervous, even though I've presented to my whole company of 1,500 plus employees. But Keri only invites people here that have something to contribute, and if you don't perform, you're out. So I'm a little bit nervous to be presenting here for Keri's event, but what I really want to talk about is you all. So one of the things I did learn at Vocus, we acquired like 6 companies. You'd always tell the employees, like, "Oh, we're gonna, merge our platforms, and this is all the stuff that we're going to be able to accomplish." And all the employees really care about is what it means for them. So that at the end, everybody's like, "Okay, what does this mean for me? Do I have a new job opportunity? Am I getting a raise?" So really, this is all about you all today. And for those of you that are familiar with a movie called Jerry Maguire, right, they had, Rod Tidwell had something he called the Quan, right? And the Quan was everything: the love, respect, community, and the dollars too. And that's what I want to talk about today, the Quan. So let me introduce you to Amanda. Maybe Amanda's here. Amanda, are you here? I don't know. Okay, so Amanda is an agent that we've worked with, and I think her story will be pretty familiar to you all. You know, you get a call from somebody who wants you to represent them in a listing, and it's in a great neighborhood, and you're like, hey, this is great. And you go by, you kind of drive up to the place, and you're like, okay, well, might need a little landscaping and some painting on the outside, but I'm sure the inside looks pretty good, right? And then you go on the inside of the place, and then you realize that you've got a little bit of maybe a problem or a decision to make, right? Today, again, I'm sure most of you know, most buyers are looking for move-in ready homes. It's becoming more prominent with millennials, and people are just looking for a place where they can move into, it's ready to go, so they can spend their time on their career, their family, or doing other things, not renovating their home, right? And so, as a real estate agent, you've come to a little bit of what Yogi Berra called of the fork in the road, right? When you come to a fork in the road, you have to take it, right? And so what do you do? And now more than ever, for real estate agents, things have gotten a little bit more confusing, right? It's not just a matter of picking a real estate agent, right? Today, there's a lot of different choices for home sellers that are out there, and you have to help them navigate that process, right? So if 71% of buyers are looking for move-in ready homes, and homes that are in that condition sell for more money and sell faster, you would think that most people would want to go down that path, right? But we know that there's a lot of problems with that, right? There's a lot of problems with renovating before you sell. You have to get the money. It takes a lot of time. There's a lot of stress involved in the process. I'll come back to this in a little bit more. And actually, money is one of the problems that's been solved or is being solved by a lot of people. So when we launched Curbio, we thought renovate first, pay us at closing was going to be it, the beginning, the middle, and the end. And it's really not. And other firms are now out there saying, look, we can foot the bill and you can pay us at closing. However, the payment side of it actually turned out to be the easiest problem to solve for realtors and home sellers that want to renovate their home and put it on the market. Right? If you liked the book, you'll love the movie, Renovation Hell. Right? Because if you look at fixing up a home in order to put it on the market and sell it, the traditional way that renovation gets done is really broken. And that's the problem that we set out to solve, not just paying us at closing, right? And just quickly, if you go through some of these, you've been there. Just the proposal process alone, right? Most contractors, subcontractors, they don't know how to do estimates, really. It's not a ding, it's just a lot of contractors are out there using just kind of their common sense, projects they've done before, how busy they are, what zip code you live in. So there's a lot of things that go into proposals. You have contractors tromping through the house and come back for measurements, then the subs come in for measurements, then you wait for people to run the abacus and come out with some type of proposal. If I was selling my house, I would want to go through that. It takes 6 to 8 weeks just to get a proposal out of a lot of people. And then try to figure out if it's really how accurate it is, right? What I like to say is you get a ballpark of an estimate of a concept. And the other problem with pre-sale renovation is most contractors out there are there to do what you tell them to do. So somebody's got to figure out what needs to be designed. Most contractors and designers are used to coming in and sitting down at the kitchen table and helping you build a dream kitchen. Right? And the problem with that is it doesn't work, again, for people that are selling their homes. If you're waiting for 3 months for Italian tile to come in, that's going to be a problem, right? Another problem with pre-sale renovation is what I call the fog of renovation. I mean, again, we've all done this. I've renovated, I think, 2 or 3 times in houses that I've had, and you never know what's going on. It's like some people, all of a sudden there's like a gap of 4 days, nobody shows up, you get on the phone, you're like, hey, what's happening? Thought you were gonna be here today. So there's kind of this mystery that surrounds the whole renovation process. And then to you all, right? The real estate agent, as real estate agent, therapist, and now project manager, right? And so the more you try to help your clients by helping them renovate, the more time you spend becoming a project manager and dealing with all the issues here and maybe taking some of the blame if it's not going well. So that is really why Curbio was created, right? We've built the whole company and a complete process, not around just paying us at closing, but around getting the renovation done quickly, making sure that the seller's getting a return on investment, i.e. they're almost flipping their own home, and simplicity. So the real estate agent and the home seller can kind of sit back, turn everything over to Curbio, and then just get the benefits out of it. So this takes me to what I like to call the value chain of home sales, right? Again, you guys are living this and doing this, kind of at the lowest level would be homeowners that just decide to sell on their own and they're just going to sell as is, right? They're going to get the lowest price. They're going to sell to a flipper or an investor, possibly an iBuyer, right? Option two, which happens quite a bit, is what I like to call sprucing up your home with a realtor, right? And you may use for this some type of concierge service or some other service that has been labeled by a different brokerage. But usually you're getting in there and you're cleaning it and doing a little painting and staging the place. Typically you're not seeing a huge lift in the selling price, but you do get the place ready to go and it looks good. And then you kind of have the top tier of value. And again, the problem with this, anyone will tell you, yeah, if you modernize the kitchen and bathrooms and redo the hardwood floors and paint, the home's going to sell for a lot more money. Again, you still have all those other issues. Not only do I want that, but I want it done quickly. I want it on the market. I want it to not only sell for more, but to generate a profit for the seller. And so now we'll switch here and just spend about 5 minutes on what we've done to solve all of these problems and make it what I think is, at least from what I've seen, a very unique solution, turnkey, that's out there today. And while we've done projects with hundreds of realtors, next year we anticipate doing over 1,000 renovation projects. If you look at the number of agents that are out there, this is across the country. We're now in about 12 cities. We'll be in 15 by the end of the year. Next year we'll be in about 30 to 40. So while we're doing a lot of projects, you're really here, as they say, on the ground floor, right? We've worked with 300-400 agents out of 1 million, right? And I think what we're seeing, though, is this is something that realtors are bringing to the table in today's day and age, where adding value is everything, right? That's the one thing that hasn't changed, is a homeowner looking to you all, not to say, I have an inspector I can recommend, right? It's when they say, I could take the iBuyer price, I can get this done in 3 weeks, and you say, yeah, you could take that option. I think it's probably 20 or 30 grand below what I could get you if I go out and really list the place for you and represent you. But I have an idea. Instead of giving up $20,000, how about if you make an extra $60,000 and take an $80,000 swing? Okay, now people are listening. And how do we do that? So this is where part of it is my technology background, and part of it is just, again, our focus on exclusively helping agents and home sellers renovate before they sell. That's all we do. We don't build dream kitchens. We don't do basic renovations for people that are staying in the home, right? And so when you call us up, it's not a 6 to 8 week process. You call us up, our video tech is on site, 3D video of the entire inside and outside of a home. We'll do an online walkthrough with the agent and homeowner. We'll take that, and once we've agreed on what should be done, again, it goes through our software and comes out with solving another problem, right? So we've already compiled. We're not getting our bids from subs and taking measurements 5 times. we've compiled a national database of what a fair price is for a bathroom, a kitchen, hardwood floors, painting in every city that we work in. In fact, you'll find that most of our pricing will be below the national average. You want to do a complete 7x5 bathroom gut and redo, it's about $11,000 with Curbio. You might pay $14,500 with another company. Yes, you could probably get somebody who may or may not be insured or licensed to do it for a little less, but our pricing is very fair. The benefit for realtors and their clients is you get the same pricing every time. It's not based on how busy we are, what zip code you're in, or us kind of looking at a place and saying, oh, I've painted a room this size before, I'm going to charge you X. So fair pricing and a process that gets you from your first phone call to a fixed price proposal in about 5 days. If you're working with a client right now and you want to call us and get a proposal, you can call us up. We'll have a camera tech out in a day or two. You'll have a fixed price proposal in your hands in 5 business days, and everybody can make a decision. You can, your homeowner can. And so, you know, what we do is, because, again, we only do pre-sale renovation, we've pre-curated all of the materials based on everything that's popular today in terms of home sales, right? So we go in, and we're not asking for somebody really to tell us what they like. We're coming in as the expert, working with you all, and saying, no, you don't want to put that in your bathroom. No, you don't want to do that to your kitchen. And again, our promise to the homeowner is not to ratchet up the renovation bill as high as we can. Our promise to the homeowner and the agent is to make that client money on the sale of their home. So we work together with the agent to figure out the right things that need to be done. Everything we recommend strikes that balance between good quality and good cost and is readily available, right? So we know our kitchen cabinets are coming in 3 business days. Again, this is all part of the process that makes pre-sale renovation possible. And whether it's the inside or the outside, we pretty much do, you know, everything from the basics to, you know, things that pop up that nobody expected: mold remediation, water remediation, landscaping. Here's one cool part of this whole process. It's something called software, which when I got to the real estate space, I was having a little bit of trouble finding a lot of it. But you know, having written PR and marketing software, again, we brought the team together to write software that is something I would have thought might have been here before, but I hadn't found it. Every step of the project is available to the realtor, the homeowner, and our project manager, who is on site managing the project. So everybody knows the project status, they know who's coming when, they see picture, video, and text updates of the project. You don't chase anybody down ever. Everybody can log in from any screen or their phone and figure out what's going on. Every project has something that looks something like this that you typically don't see, which is the renovation steps and where we're at and how things are going. This is probably the most important part, though, right? The most important part is taking a homeowner who might have sold their place for $350,000, spending about $72,000, $73,000 on renovation, and seeing them get $507,000. So on their investment, they pretty much doubled what they put in to the house is what they got back out of it. And you know, this is not one example. If you look at the customer success to date, on our first 221 homes, we generated $104 million of total value, meaning added to the homes that they sold, good returns, and $11 million in profit. Just take that $11 million in profit and divide it up by those 221 homeowners. That's what they got when they sold their homes. So, but again, it's really not us. We're behind the scenes. So our strategy and everything we're doing is to partner with real estate agents so you all can go in and be the hero, right? And tell people, again, yeah, you could take a lower offer, but there's another path here to making something very successful. and also from a competitive standpoint, when there's other options on the table, to be able to go in with a real solution that you know is not going to slow down the sale and is going to make the customer happy and get them more money. So again, it's really mostly about you guys. We're spreading out around the country. We're in the light blue areas today. Next year we'll be in the whatever color that is, the darker areas at a minimum next year. That's our story.
Thank you. So before you leave, really quick, have any of you tested using Curbio before? So this is a fresh idea that could change how you're doing business. When Rick and I met, I was super skeptical. Like everything he said, I'm like, oh, so they don't pay until the end. Well, what's the catch, right? And how many of you felt that way when he started talking? There really isn't a catch for your clients. So if you haven't done the research to be able to offer this, especially if you're in this market, you need to do the research because they're already here. If they're in another market, if you're in another market, you saw the map, this is a must-do because your clients want options. And when you have options, you're empowered and they're going to choose you. So I'm grateful for you providing the solution. I'm obviously very grateful that you only do it when you're working with real estate agents.
Yep.
It's part of the reason us as agents needs to support them because we want more vendors like them that take care of us, right? Am I right? Awesome. Thank you. Thank you for being here.
All right.
Thank you for tuning in to this episode of the HyperFast Show. Subscribe to us if you want to make sure you get the latest and greatest HyperFast shows. And remember, we love reviews. Reviews help us bring better and better guests and improve our shows. So give us the good, the bad, and the ugly. We hope you enjoyed the show, and we will see you next time.
Thank you so much for watching our video. I hope you liked it. Give it a quick like below and comment and share. We'd love your feedback. For more videos like this, click here. And to subscribe, click here.